Youth and innovation are important complementary actions for employment and empowerment. Today, I am at the National Youth Service Engineering Institute, and you cannot imagine the number of innovations that are being supported in this place. Kenneth Guantai is an example of an innovator whose projects have been tested and approved and are ready for mass production. One of the main purposes of the National Youth Service is to support innovations. Kenneth Guantai is a lucky chap whose innovation was housed by the National Youth Service and is finally ready after months of intensive works.
What we have here is an electric handcart and also an electric tuktuk. The idea behind these projects was actually to move from the conventional manual handcart we have across our major towns and the cities to a more technical or a new technology of the handcart, as well as moving from the fossil fuel three-wheeler, the tuktuk we have, to an electric tuktuk. What makes our products unique, what makes our handcart, for example, unique is that you don't need to use your force. It does not use fuel. It uses a motor system and a battery to drive the axle. And then it can carry more capacity than the conventional handcart when the person or the user is not even getting tired. The other thing is that bearing in mind that it is electric, there is no cost of maintenance for the same. And for those users who are using them, they can be able to earn a lot of income because actually you are doing more work than you can do using the manual conventional handcart. As for the sake of the tuktuk, our electric tuktuk is more unique because one, it has more rounding capacity for passengers. It has more rounding capacity in terms of kg. It has 1.5 ton kg. The other thing is that we also went ahead and invented a system that will enable our electric tuk-tuk to self-recharge themselves while in motion. This means you don't have to keep on charging on the green, or you don't have even to use fuel, or rather use even the solar system. So what basically there is that if you are, for example, supposed to move for a certain mileage using the normal electric tuk-tuk, for us, you can even increase more mileage. If you're supposed to move from here, for example, to Molanga, using hours, you can cover a large mileage without the need to keep on recharging your tuk-tuk.
Bradley Mbagaya is the lead engineer at the workshop, and he explains that the innovations are state-of-the-art projects which will make people's lives better.
This is our pride and joy. It's an electric tuk-tuk like no other. First of all, it is fully electric, so therefore it's eco-friendly. And then it has a bigger carrying capacity. This one will carry 6 individuals comfortably with a loading capacity of around 1.5 tons. So basically it's a pickup. And fitted in it is our innovation, which is the recharging system. So under normal circumstances, this particular tuk-tuk with the batteries that are there, currently it will cover 90 kilometers mileage. But with the system that we have put in place, this one will comfortably cover around 300 to 500 kilometers, depending on the load. Compared to what is currently in the market, that is the normal mkokoteni, this is way, way better. As you can see here, what we have is we have, first of all, an ignition key. So you have your ignition key, which you move around. It cannot move unless you have this key. Once you plug it in, you have your dashboard over there, which will tell you the battery levels and all that. And then what you use to drive is this. It's a basic potentiometer or a throttle, in other words. So you have the drive gear, you have the reverse gear, you have the first gear, and then you have the second gear. And then what else is here is you have the conventional handbrake, this one, but you also have an emergency handbrake here. So this is the emergency handbrake. This is your normal left-hand brake, which will stop you wherever you will be going.
And all this makes one wonder, how did he get support from the NYS and why?
Ken came to National Youth Service to work with the youth of the National Youth Service. When he came here, we assisted him, number one, in making sure that he has the space to do his innovation. We gave him moral support, but above all, we also gave him funding to ensure that he's funded so that he can ensure that he gets the innovation right. Thirdly, we also assisted him in sourcing some of the skills that he might have needed. We got engineers from numerical corporation to come and assist him to piece together some of the areas that he needed support from. And lastly, Ken, we gave him that space also to showcase his talent. The plan is that once it's launched, we are going to start small by small, little by little, to ensure that we market ourselves. And we want also to market ourselves in the sense that we want to get partners who can partner with us to give us funding so that we can produce more. One tuk-tuk will cost something like 500,000, and therefore we need a lot of funding. Number one, if you don't get the funding from outside, we are thinking of looking for fundings within whatever you're generating as national service to support that. Therefore, we are ready for mass production, but it will depend on how well it's going to be received. But I believe it's going to be received well because it's really cost cutting. Secondly, it's also friendly, environmental friendly, because you use the energy to regenerate and power the tuk-tuk. So at the end of the day, you don't use fuel. At the end of the day, you don't use any other mode of transmission except the tuk-tuk regenerating itself and getting the energy to move. So it's going to be cheap, and it's going to appeal to so many people, environmentally and also economically to be viable. So we're hoping to get as many people as possible to fund this project.
Kennedy's innovations are to be unveiled at the National Youth Service Day on the 1st of July 2020, and mass production for commercialization is to commence. His innovations are a clear indication that there's so much potential in the country as far as the youth are concerned. Reporting for Chams Media, my name is Lavenda Amunga.